Siobhan Chabake, and I play the main character of Anna in The Duster.
Okay, so hi, I'm Chloe Gous and I was playing...
Hi, I'm Joel Griffin. I'm the director and writer of this production.
My name is Nicholas Catalan. I am the editor for The Duster.
Hi, I'm Samik Salasa and I'm the cinematographer of The Duster.
My name's Alexander McKenzie and I'm the sound designer for The Duster.
Hi, I'm Nikos Fenton and I'm the music composer for The Duster.
Okay. Please just introduce yourself and your role in the production.
Hi, I'm Dawn Bezenoot and I was the co-producer of Adrian van Wyk and also the co-PD.
Hi, I'm Adrian van Wyk and I'm the co-producer along with Dawn Bezenoot. And yeah, my job is just to organize everything and make sure everything goes smoothly.
The film is about a character coming to realize that she is flawed and that in order to be true to herself, she needs to change. Simply creating a mystery, like a periodic TV series in which mystery is established, clues are established, mystery is solved, wasn't quite enough, and I think creating something where the mystery becomes irrelevant and it becomes more about the characters and seeing these fascinating characters, completely absurd and ridiculous characters, but still interesting in a way that the audience becomes more attached to them by the end of the production, and the solving of the mystery is actually doesn't matter. It's absurd, it's ridiculous, it's arithmomania, it's comedic.
We decided to go quite ambitious with one aspect of the film's construction, which is the use of genre, and sort of being able to construct and using genre tropes and visuals associated with those things in order to convey character and also especially character growth. That's a very sort of abstract thing to do. Usually, you stick in one and then you show just a character changing from within it, but then using the metatextual elements of gothic horror or detective or mafia and all sorts, hitman, I guess that's like true crime, something like that. But then using those as a reflection of the character and the world that they wish to inhabit, and the film is a reflection of that.
Just in general, I've really enjoyed vampires as a writing tool, and they have so many things that set them aside from humans, and it makes them very interesting to write with, and especially writing comedies. And I felt that this would be a good exploration of my writing talents, and I feel that we can achieve something with it.
Perfect.
For the last 3 years at film school, I kind of felt like everyone's always trying to be so serious for student films and can't really always accomplish that in the short time we have. And I think I just wanted to find something that was a little bit more light-hearted and where everyone can have fun and have a good environment to work in. And as soon as I saw how Joel's films ended up the last few years, I thought that's the person.
I previously worked with Joel and I really like the way that he approaches filmmaking. It's extremely unconventional, and also vampires. Who doesn't love vampires? And that's just the hallmark of Joel. So I was really happy and excited to see him perfect his vampire representation.
Especially after 3 years.
After 3 years.
I feel one of the greatest challenges in bringing this production to life, both in the directing and the writing, was perfecting tone, and I really wanted to create a production that had a tone that relied heavily on like serious performances, and then through other areas of the medium we actually indicate that this is in fact a comedy, so the audience is actually questioning, is this a comedy, is this not? But the serious performances become almost parody and creates a tone that actually enhances the comedy and creates something quite unique that I've been trying to work with for quite some time.
Just the character, playing a character and trying to figure out, you know, the persona she's trying to fit into, but how she embodies that persona is not particularly proper. So there's so many things. And then there's the teeth, which were the worst thing on the first day, which was so hard for me to try talk in and try just focus on my acting, because that was the first time I actually tried the teeth, and the denture glue was really weird tasting. But then you get used to it, and then you kind of figure your way around it, and it became like second nature.
The most challenging part for me personally was just to try and make the film funny, but not in a cliche way. And fortunately, we managed to overcome that challenge by very early in the pre-production stage, by just realizing that we need to make the music as serious as possible in order to make the film even more funny, because in those serious moments in the music you find the absurdity of the film. And I just think the juxtaposition of the images and the serious music just creates this very good comedic element that the film is trying to achieve.
Yeah, the biggest challenge was like working with third-year actors, because I've never worked with them. Like I've always just been assist and like extra, but not like an actual role. So that was really fun and like challenging. But challenging was the fangs, talking with the fangs and not being able to say a S when I speak and being not conscious about it. Yeah, no, that was the challenges, but not really challenges, I would say.
I think the most challenging part is that we are shooting during COVID, so it was kind of hard to do things on Zoom most of the time and try and pre-plan, because Sunny is kind of a very practical subject, so it's nice to be able to have test shoots and things like that, so we couldn't have much of those. I think we had like one.
I know that we talk a lot about COVID, but it was definitely COVID. Shooting in a pandemic is very new to us. We shot all remotely for our experimental, but we did create a good digital online workflow. And I think some of that transferred into the shoot. We had a lot of doors closed on us because of the virus, but I think we really pulled off something special in the face of that adversity.
Okay.
Probably the church scene, when, because we shot pretty close to a highway, so there were plenty of cars, and yeah, it was pretty rough, but yeah, using ADR and stuff, overcome it.
I think our biggest hurdle with COVID restrictions was just the night shoots for us. Most of our scenes we wanted to shoot at night, but because of COVID, we only had from about 7 o'clock at night when the sun started going down till 11:30 to make sure that everyone gets home on time before 12 with the curfew. And I think that limited us a lot with time, because we weren't able to go through the night, have extra time. Instead, we set up, shot as fast as we could, and just got out of there and hopefully hope that the police wouldn't catch us, you know?
I liked interrogating. That was really fun. It was not fun because it was the first time I put on the fangs, but it was fun because she was full-blown delusional. So that was genuinely very, very nice to kind of get into. It's the most playful part of the role. And then, you know, yeah, they were all pretty fun actually. Even just like the really comedy scenes as well, like when Lee comes with Grace, I'm like, what are you doing? I really like interacting with Lily. It was so fun. That all those little scenes when she's breaking my tension was really fun.
I think definitely the harbour and when we went to Hout Bay, but that was only because I got to see seals.
I think my favorite part in the whole film, in regards to the soundtrack, is the very beginning. I wrote this very melodramatic string quartet that's set over these scenes with this very dramatic dialogue or monologue over these scenes, and I just think that it just looks beautiful, and I think again how serious the music is, it just makes it very funny. For me personally, it just makes it very funny for how serious the scene is, and I think that is just the best moment that can describe what we're trying to achieve with the film, especially with the soundtrack.
My favorite scene to shoot would probably have been my favorite scene in general, which is the Godfather type parody scene. I think it looks really good. I feel that the actors were very comfortable in that. It was the last day of shooting, and as a result, the performances, the actions that each character performed is very succinct, was very easy to edit, and it just looked incredible, and was also amusing to take these accents. Each character has got these extreme genre conventions imbued into their character, and then taking that, merging them together and creating this complete lack of coherence as each character misunderstands one another and these genres clash. So that was definitely my favorite scene.
Definitely the Godfather scene. That was just an office that we got, and we put so much things there that were little tropes of the vampire stereotype. So even if they weren't all seen in the edit, there was some of the most funniest things you would find, like a knife stuck through a chopping board and like such random things, and that was really, really fun because you wanted these vampire aesthetics with this Godfather aesthetic, and the combination thereof was just really, really fun to play with.
Definitely the Godfather one. It was extremely fun lighting it, and yeah, all the actors were good. I think mostly Tulani was really impressive. You know, I was just sitting up past, guys, great. And then, yeah, having a great team helping me. They were really helpful. They were always on their toes, and it actually went quite smoothly as well. We never really had any major issues during that scene, so that was definitely my favorite.
Sure. What I like the most about her is, like, she's said to be this simple character, but then there's so many layers to her, and like she's contradicting herself all the time, like in the film. So yeah, that's what I like.
I love the fact that she really didn't, like, she was really trying. Like, I think that's what makes her so fun and a bit relatable in a sense, where she's kind of like really trying to be something.
Colin Farrell in the remake of Fright Night 2007. That was it's a guilty pleasure of mine, but it's a funny production, and I think like he's probably the most badass vampire out there.
Definitely Leslie Nielsen's Dracula from the film Dracula, Dead and Loving It. I just think that it's such an absurd interpretation of the character.
I don't really watch vampire films, but I always see this one meme on Instagram from Hotel Transylvania. So I like that vampire because he does like this dance where he puts on his clothes, and that's just quite funny. So I would have to go with that.
Evan Count von Count from Sesame Street. I'm a big fan of puppets.
I would say myself, but Radu is so comfortably far gone that I just have to respect it.
My favorite vampire is Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you.